Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, today we're going to pick up a BMW 6 Series that I've just agreed to buy from a trader friend of mine. I haven't actually seen the car yet, but I do know a little bit about it. It's a 2014 640 diesel M Sport automatic, and it's done around 78,000 miles. So in my mind at least, this is very desirable. I've paid just £8,500 for it, and I had a quick look on Auto Trader, and they're going for around £12,000 retail. So I'm thinking if I can spend maybe £1,000 on it, preparing it for sale, then it should leave me a nice slice of profit. It's been described to me as being very nice, but it does need the wheels refurbishing and a very good clean. They're very good cars, these. This 640 diesel uses a 3 litre straight 6 turbo diesel engine, which makes around 300 brake horsepower, so it goes well and it still returns sensible fuel economy. This collar's very big today. I feel like Harry Hill. Anyway, I suppose we better go and have a look at it, hadn't we? I'll see you there. Well, we're here. That looks very good, actually. That's an awful lot of car for £8,500. I like the fact it's the M Sport. You see, many years ago, I had a 640 petrol convertible, but it wasn't the M Sport, it was just the SE. I never really liked that car. Never really bonded with it. I had the previous shape 645 coupe hardtop, and I loved that thing. But the later one, I never really gelled with. But perhaps I would have done had it been the M Sport. What can I tell you? It's black. It isn't carbon black. It's just the base black. The wheels do need refurbishing, and it's filthy actually. It needs a very good clean. It's got the original Sytner plates on it from the supplying dealer. It's from Yorkshire originally. Can't tell if those front tyres look a bit low or not. It's quite straight on the panels though. It's got xenons and headlamp wash, front park assist. Quite happy so far. Right then, let's find out a little bit more about it using Car Vertical. Now it's really important that you do one of these checks before you hand over any cash for a used car or motorbike. It just tells you a bit more about the car, so it'll tell you if it's ever been stolen, written off, had a mileage rollback, or has outstanding finance on it. And it's really easy to use. All you need to do is go to carvertical.com. That'll take you to the home screen. Then all you need to do is either type in the VIN or the reg. Now in this case we know the reg. It is Yankee Delta 14 X-Ray Victor Papa, and then check vehicle. Now it isn't expensive this, and it's cheaper still if you use my promo code HIGHPEAK. That's HIGHPEAK all one word, HIGHPEAK, and you'll save yourself 20% off each and every check that you do. The next thing that happens then is this checks database in 35 different countries. It doesn't take long, only a couple of minutes, and we'll get the full report back. As well as showing the obvious things, this also shows us the ownership changes, the MOT history. If it has been involved in an accident, sometimes it shows photographs of the damage. It's a really useful tool. There we go, report's ready. So view report. So it's never been clocked. There's no outstanding finance, there's no recorded accident damage, and it's never been stolen, so that's perfect. The last known mileage then was at 75,000 miles in February this year, and it's only done 5,000 or 6,000 miles each year, so the mileage is nice and steady. What's clever about Car Vertical, they've just started doing this. You can even use this to book an inspection. So, for £139.90, you can actually pay for somebody to come and inspect this car. Now, I always recommend this, to be honest. If you don't know much about cars, pay an expert to come and check it over before you hand over any cash. It's surprising just how few people do this, because I'd definitely do that. Right, it is a BMW 640 diesel automatic. It was manufactured in 2014, registered in March 2014. Ownership change in October 14. Let's go down to its most recent MOT then. Inspection. Right, at its last MOT then in February, there was an advisory item. Near side rear tyre worn close to legal limits. Okay. Right. Well, we know a bit more about it then, so I think we better go and have a look. Well, the first bit of good news is we've got both sets of keys, which is always a good start, really, isn't it? Now, let's go and have a look, shall we? Definitely feels like winter today. Quite a sleek design though, isn't it, the 6 Series Coupe? And the fact that it's an M Sport just looks that bit sportier. I love the fact that the wheels actually fit in the wheel arches better. So, let's do the old tyre check then, shall we? Yeah, these wheels are a bit of a mess. That was quite an accurate description. The low profile tyres, to be able to feel all the bumps. That is a Goodyear on, that's not too bad actually. That's on about 3 mil, I would say. I think it needs a good buff though, this car. There are a few touch-ins to be done on the door edges there. But I think I've got some of this colour paint at work, at the garage. This wheel is even worse. This definitely needs to go to Prestige then, doesn't it? We've got a matching Goodyear Eagle on this side, on, again, about 3 mil. Brake discs look okay as well. But yeah, it's quite straight down the panels. There are no dents. Panel gaps look okay. These are quite an easy car to dent, to be honest, because they're so wide. I mean, look at it in that parking spot. So up front, I was just checking this valance here, but it's all right. Got quite a low valance, so it's quite easy to scratch on curbs and stuff. This looks pretty good, actually. It's all pretty good. Headlamps look okay. No chips in the windscreen, that's good. Over this side we've got a Michelin. Right, I don't like mismatched brands like that, to be honest. That's on about 3 mil though. These are expensive tyres as well, because I imagine they're, what do you call them? Run flats. That's it, run flats. Yeah, okay. Down this side then, apart from being filthy, again, it's really straight. In fact, no, it's not. There's a little dent here. I'll have to get the lads from Dents to have a look at that. And happily, they're now based next door, so I haven't got far to go. I think they'll get that. It's low enough down the door there to get in there with the sticks and stuff. Oh, there's another little dent there. Yeah, it's definitely a job for them, this. And then it needs a good buff, because it looks a bit flat. And I think with a good buff, this would look really good. So this side, we've got this is a bit disappointing, isn't it? It is a Custone, never heard of that before. Custone Passion P9S. Yeah, I never heard of it. But that's a better tyre. Now, this was the tyre that was advised on the last MOT. So obviously somebody's replaced that back in February or March or something. The Custone, right, never heard of it. Moving around the back. What I'm going to do about these tyres, I need to replace a couple, don't I, so they match. I think that's what I'll do. Get my mechanic to price them up. At least have them the same on each axle. Perhaps put the matching Goodyear on the front and then buy another Michelin to put on the back. I'll have a bit of a switch around. We've got matching plates, twin exhausts. They do look nice and sporty, don't they, these? So, the roof's all right as well. No sunroof or anything, but it's not dented. Now, inside then, it's not bad. It needs a good clean, but no wear on anything, really. We've got memory seats, we've got power folding mirrors, automatic headlights. It's just very grubby, really, but I think it would clean up quite well. There's something jammed there. I think someone's dropped some coins or something down there. You can kind of hear it fouling. What else can I tell you? Now, it's been described to me as having full service history, so I'm just hoping that's true. Yeah, it needs a very good clean, this, but there's a nice car here, I think, under all this. Let's pop the boot there and go and have a nosy, shall we? In fact, first, let's have a look in here. Oh yeah, there's loads of receipts here. I'll just spin the camera around so I don't reveal anyone's address. The previous owner then, this has come some distance. Rickmansworth, down south. Well, it's got loads and loads of paperwork here, all from BMW, so that's a good sign. I'll tell you what, BMW know how to charge, don't they? Some of these bills are eye-watering. Making me feel sick, and I haven't even had to shell out for them. Well, that's a good sign. Someone's looked after this regardless of cost. And I mean, regardless of cost, some of these bills are atrocious. Well, that's good then. Quite pleased about that. And of course, with a BMW, if we go into the online computer here, I say online, digital computer.
Plus plans. Search
Heart 80s.
16 Pro.
Bit of Sean Bean there. Auto. Try auto. Oh, we've got almost no fuel, a range of 2 miles, and it's asking me to replace remote control battery. So we've done 78,000 miles, 542, and it's 12 degrees. So, going to the menu then, we're going to go into the vehicle information. I always forget where this is, but there's a like service history thing on this. Is it on the onboard computer? No. Look at that, look. 45 miles per gallon from a 300 horsepower. I'm not sure if these are twin turbo diesel or just a twin scroll turbo. I always got that confused because on my 640 petrol, I remember doing a video with that, and I called it a twin turbo. And I got loads of comments from people saying, "Oh, it's not actually a twin turbo; it's a twin scroll turbo. You know nothing about." All right, yes. Okay, loser. Owner's handbook. Sorry, this isn't exactly riveting viewing for you, is it? Everything's okay then, that all checks out fine. When does it need an oil change? Oh, not for a while. There's nothing there that needs attention, that's good. Front brake pads in 2,700 miles, okay. Vehicle inspection 2025. There's nothing there about service history, which is annoying. I thought this would have listed the service. Unless I'm in the wrong place. Let's look at that. Well, this car's made me out to be a liar, hasn't it? Let's look in the boot then, shall we? Right. We've got a reverse camera. So the reverse camera on these is beneath the, hidden below the BMW badge. That's good then. Again, more grubbiness, but it's all clean. It's all present and correct. Batteries under there, no spare. Is it soft closed boot or not? Should we get this out on road then? Take it for a spin? I think we shall. You know what I really like about this as well? The design of the steering wheel. It's a nice steering wheel, that, isn't it? It does concern me a little that I'm turning into Alan Partridge. Well, it's a nice steering wheel. Right, let's get this on the road then. Right, first thing I need to do then is refuel. Because we've got 2 miles, which isn't great. Oh, 1 mile. It's not great, is it? I don't fancy pushing this through the village of Romley, in all fairness. I do love, I know I've said this before, but I do love the straight 6 turbo diesel engine from BM. It's just a great engine. Even when it's cold, it still sounds sort of meaty. Well, this is quite smooth so far. It's not knocking over the bumps. It's pulling to the right slightly, so we need some tracking or wheel alignment there. Currently at the worst junction in the world, where nobody lets you go. It's every man for themselves. There we go. This is a nice car, this. You can just tell straight away. Oh. Well, with perfect comedic timing, I've got a drivetrain fault. Drivetrain, possible to continue journey. Terrific. I hate BMWs, despite what I said earlier. Right, well, this could be anything. Drivetrain, could be some sort of sensor, I don't know. Might not be the end of the world. That wasn't mentioned to me on my description. Unless, of course, it's just happened now and it's just bad luck, but that never happens, does it? There's only one reason somebody trades a car in, and that's because it's usually buggered. Oh look, LP38. Very nice. I'm now on 0 miles. It's cold. I've got a drivetrain fault. Please don't die. Don't die, don't die. The revs just dipped then and I panicked. The petrol station is within sight now. It's 150 yards away. Come on, BMW. Banger. What size is my fuel door on? They're currently doing work on this petrol station, so only like 1/3 of the pumps are working. Right, we made it. We made it. Let me go and stick 20 pounds of diesel in this, and then we shall continue our little road test. You'd have thought a car like this would have had keyless entry, wouldn't you, really? Right, I put 25 pounds of diesel in it, so we can get on our way. Next to me, struggling to start, is an F-Reg Ford Transit, 1988. I think it was once red and it's now sort of a dull pink colour. Anyway, I don't know why I'm telling you all this. No heated steering wheel either, but we do have heated seats. There we go. Let's check my reverse camera works. There we go. Right, we've got a 1/4 tank of fuel, so we're definitely not going to run out now. So we can try a little acceleration test, if you like. We're not quite warm, but we're getting there. We're not ice cold anymore. You ready? It's a proper powerhouse, this. Pulls like a train. And as yet, we haven't had the drivetrain fault light on, so that's good. Could it? No. Could it have just been because it was low on fuel, maybe? I don't know. I doubt that. I'm never that lucky, am I? What I need to do then really with this is, I know the computer said it didn't need a service, but I'll give it a service anyway, just make sure it's been done. If I'm going to be asking sort of 12 grand for this car, I need to make sure that it's all right. So give it a service, fresh MOT, and ask my mechanic to sort those tyres out. So maybe swap a couple of rounds so we've got the same brand on the front axle, and then match up the rear axle brand, and then bin off that old Q-Stone or whatever it was called. That then would take care of the mechanicals. Then I need to sort out its appearance. So I need to go to Prestige Wheels in Bredbury and get the wheels refurbished. That's going to cost me, they're not diamond cut, they're just powder coated. So that's going to cost me around £300, I imagine. What else? And then a good buff, maybe 150, something like that, plus a valet. I think, you know, I thought at the start of this video, I thought £1,000 was quite a healthy budget, but I can see myself burning through that. I just know how expensive these tyres are. I remember putting a couple of my old 645 when I couldn't really afford to run that car back then. Anyway, I put proper tyres on, like Michelin run flats or something. And I remember them costing me like, I don't know, like a week's wage or something stupid. Right, well, so far then, we're all right. I'm just hoping that this drivetrain thing isn't a big fault. Otherwise, my very small budget will be blown out of the water, won't it? What are we going to do first? Should we give it a wash first? Or am I just wasting money? I think I'm just wasting money, aren't I? Let me take it down to my mechanics. Get the mechanical bits done first, get all the dirty bits done, and then we'll focus on cleaning it up. Right, give me a week or two then, guys. I'll have an update for you. See you in a bit. And we're back in the beautiful BMW 640D. I'm really impressed with this. When we first saw this car, which for me was a couple of weeks ago now, but for you was about 12 minutes ago, it looked a little bit flat, a little bit down on its look. And now look at it. You'd never believe this was a 10-year-old car. It looks really good. I've literally just picked this up from Tameside Detailing and it looks stunning. It had a full detail valet, but in addition to that, I left it for a stage 1, I don't know what they call it, a buff, I guess, a polish. It was crying out for that, to be honest. It was well worth spending the money on. Let me talk you through the process then. So after we last spoke, I took this down to my mechanics for a service, a clean MOT. I asked them to sort the tyres out. I think it needed one more tyre to make them matching on each axle. So I had that done, which was quite expensive. There was also an issue with the warning light. It said something like drivetrain fault. Now my mechanic checked it all over and there were no issues. So she's cleared all the codes and she said just take it, try it, and if it comes back on, take it back and they'll try and resolve it. But as it stood, there was nothing there that would indicate any sort of issue. So that's a bit of a weird one really. I'll keep my fingers crossed, but so far, so good. Now thanks to that very expensive Michelin run flat tyre, my bill at my mechanics was quite large. I think it was nearly 800 quid. From there then, what did I do next? Oh, I took it to Prestige Wheels over in Bredbury. If you remember, the wheels were battered. They were badly curbed and scratched and just damaged. They just really let the side down because these wheels are so big. They're really eye-catching. And when they're in such poor condition, it's the first thing your eyes are drawn to. So Prestige, once again, did a really good job. They stripped them, then repaired them, and then powder coated them, and they look as good as new. They had some difficulty getting out one of the bolts, so I had to pay a little bit extra to get somebody out to get the bolt off. So my bill there was a little bit more than usual, but still, money well spent. When it was done at Prestige Wheels, the last job on the list was to take it for a clean and a buff. So, like I said, I took it to Tameside Detailing, and they've done a really good job. I left it with the lads there and said just do whatever it needs. Now, I think there's like a stage 1, 2, 3, depending on how bad it was, but it wasn't too bad. So they just did a stage 1, and it really pops. That metallic black just really stands out in the sunshine. I've just taken it back to work and taken some photographs of it, and I've got my advert ready to go live. I've advertised this for £12,000, which Auto Trader tell me, according to their pricing marker, is a good price. And I think it's a good price as well, to be honest. You know what's coming, don't you? Go on. It's an awful lot of car for the money. For £12,000, it is an awful lot of car. I'm going to sound like Quentin Wilson now, but if you put a cheap plate on this, you would never know that this wasn't a £25,000 car. I just think it looks really cool. And the service history is good, the mileage is good. I can't imagine this sitting around for too long. So if you remember, at the start of this video, I paid £8,500 for this car. I'm just trying to work out how much profit's left. In fact, let's do this properly, shall we? Oh, Mark 1 Focus. I had one of those. That was my first car. It wasn't wishy-washy green like that, though. Mine was black. Panther black, to be precise. That's the exact colour name. Right, before you think I'm more of a loser, let me get my calculator out. So £8,500. Let me get my bill up from my mechanics then. The bill at my mechanics for a minor service, a run flat Michelin, which was £298.70. Oh, it also needed front brake pads and a wear wire. My bill there was £731. £731.39. Big bill that, wasn't it? My bill at Prestige Wheels was £380. I think I put £30 of diesel in it, didn't I, at the start of this video? I'm pretty sure I did. And my bill at Tameside Detailing was £280, which again I think is money well spent. So, okay, that's not bad actually. I was kind of expecting that this car would owe me around £10,000 all done. And, well, I'm under budget for once. This car currently owes me £9,921.39. So if I can get 12 grand for it, that'll make me a pre-tax, pre-VAT profit of around £2,000. Which is pretty good going, isn't it, really? 2 grand profit, yeah, I'll take that. Not bad. Not bad. Providing, of course, this drivetrain light doesn't come back to haunt me. We could be all right. We could be all right. And that, ladies and gents, is a pretty good day in business for me, isn't it? Providing it doesn't come back to haunt me, of course, which these things sometimes do. I don't have a crystal ball, so you just never know. All I can do is try and prepare these cars to the best of my ability and hope for the best. That's about it. Right, well on that note then, thank you once again for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. I'll leave the links below. And yeah, not much else to tell you really, is there? So that's about it. It's quite a nice day up here today. Sun's out, blue sky. Very nice. Right, I'm waffling. I'll see you next time. Cheers guys. Adios.